Welcome back. Of course, we're celebrating Black History Month with daily facts you probably didn't learn in school.
Today, our resident educator, Ernest Crim III, is in studio with us. But first, here's day 5.
What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Ernest Crim III, your favorite Black history teacher. Welcome to day 5 of 29 Black history facts you probably didn't learn in school. 1619 is the date that we most often associate with being the year when Africans were first enslaved and what would become America. However, that's not fully correct. That's when the English first enslaved us, but the Spanish attempted to enslave us in the region that would become America in 1526, 93 years before 1619. And guess what? We revolted immediately. This is what happened. In October of 1526, after about 100 of our ancestors were forcibly taken to present-day South Carolina in a settlement known as San Miguel de Guadalupe, they burned down their enslavers' homes and ran away to live with the local indigenous tribes, never to be found again. It should be noted that this was also the first rebellion of slavery by Africans in mainland North America. Realize Africans have always resisted slavery and racism because they knew the rich legacy they emerged from in the motherland. Did you learn this in school? Let me know online at Mr. Crim III or at CBS Chicago.
Well, thanks for that. And look who is in studio with us, live and in living color. I guess it's Black History Month.
Yeah. Thanks for having
Ernest
me.
Crim III. Can I get a what's up, y'all?
Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? It's Mr. Ernest Crim III.
By the way, to answer your question, no, I did not learn that in school. I'm just letting you know.
did not?
Not that last fact.
So,
I did not.
To follow up on what Dana's saying, why is it so important that you're here with us doing this series? And we thank you so much for partnering with CBS 2 to shed some light on some little-known Black history facts that a lot of our viewers may not have learned in school and don't know.
Yeah, for me, you know, it started in college, and we were having a great conversation off the air about U of I. And when I first...
we got 3 Illini.
Yeah, exactly. When I took my first Black history course after almost flunking out, that's when I realized I wasn't taught enough of my history when I was in school. And I just kept going down this rabbit hole, and that was in 2006. And I realized that the information I was learning then empowered me so much, I had to give it to our kids. And even as a teacher, a lot of that content wasn't in the books.
Yeah, I mean, you have such passion, even in your delivery. You're a former high school history teacher. You now use social media to share these lessons. You have quite a following. So what inspired you to use social media as a platform for this? You
know, I dealt with the hate crime in 2016, and that was my first piece of content. I actually recorded it not knowing it would escalate to that point. I posted it to get justice. And from that point, I needed an outlet that I didn't really have in the class 45 minutes at a time. That was 2016. In 2021, we're in the midst of the pandemic. I needed to meet my kids where they are. Everybody was talking about TikTok. All I saw was the dances, but I said, if I can meet them here where they're putting their head down and not paying attention, then I get them in the class and I get them on the phone when they're distracted.
So
Smart.
It turned into a platform that propelled you to becoming our resident professor here, talking about these things. And how many followers do you have right now?
TikTok is almost 400,000. Instagram is 200,000.
The reach is great, you know,
It's been a big part of the conversation across the country about limiting Black history and really, from a broader sense, American history, certain sections, whitewashing, if you will. With that climate right now, whether it's eliminating certain books or taking curriculum out of classrooms, how important is your mission right now to expose more Black history that a lot of, not just Black kids, but kids in general may not know?
Are you concerned?
This is my mission in life. You know, this is something I can't stop doing. I can't stop studying. I'm on the backs of people who had to risk their lives just to read a book or just to write. I'm on the backs of Frederick Douglass, who had to trick white kids to teach him how to learn. You know, I'm on the backs of people who had to study at candlelight at the night at the risk of being lynched. So when I think about what's going on today, I understand that it's not the first time it happened. History gives us that broader worldview. I'm just trying to do my part to continue it because, as I say, they might ban it in the district, but our kids are paying attention to their phones more, so they can't ban it on the desktop. So that's where we have to meet them, because when you ban them from the textbook, they're already on to the next thing. So how can we intercede and get in the midst of that?
That's such a great point, right? You know, I mean, if they're going to ban it one place, let's keep making sure they can get it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Especially if they choose to seek it out, which I hope they would.
Exactly.
All right, well, Mr. Ernest Crim III, thank you so much for being here. We so really appreciate it. We, you know, look forward to the rest of the month's lessons and wish you the best.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Dashiki for the next one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
look good. All right.